Hello everyone, it's Anna, also known as that Star Wars girl, and today I'm going to be just doing a little recap about my channel. I hit 20,000 subscribers recently, which is a huge milestone, so for everyone that is new to my channel, I am just doing a little recap and about me and about my channel and how I came to be here and what this channel is about. Now, I never in my entire life intended to be making videos here on YouTube. If anything, if I was going to be making content, it would be strictly based on my art. But that's not what fate had in store for me. So my entire life, I've been known as Anna, the weird Star Wars girl. Everyone that has ever met me knows that I love Star Wars. Star Wars is a part of who I am. When you hear Anna, it's Star Wars. You can ask anyone that's ever known me and they will say, oh yeah, Anna loves Star Wars. So I went to the theaters and I saw The Last Jedi opening night and I was expecting to be blown away. I was expecting to see the Empire Strikes Back level of a movie with the characters. I was expecting to see Luke Skywalker be Luke Skywalker, and as I was watching this movie, I was like, what the hell am I watching? Did I just hear a yo mama joke? And it was insanely frustrating. When the movie was over, I was like, what did I just watch? Did I get pranked? Am I on like Punk'd? Is Ashton Kutcher about to come out and say something to me? But no, it was real. And then I found out everything that was going on with Star Wars and people attacking fans for not liking Star Wars. And I just didn't understand it. And I posted on Facebook, I was like, don't watch this movie. This is a horrible, horrible movie. Don't watch it. I texted everyone I know and I was like, this is a horrible movie. This is not Star Wars. And everyone I had ever known in my entire life, I was like, what do you mean you don't like a Star Wars movie, Anna? You love Star Wars. Star Wars is your life. And so I got a million messages from people, like everyone I'd ever went to high school with, kindergarten with. Everyone that had ever known me was messaging me, asking me, Anna, what do you mean you don't like a Star Wars movie? And I wrote this long message and I sent it to a couple people, and then I was realizing, I was like, I'm gonna have to copy and paste this message over to like 100 different people, and then they're have to ask me questions and I'm gonna have to respond, and it's a lot of work. So I decided, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make a video. I'm just gonna make a video where I explain every single thing that, like, I'm just gonna do a review of this movie and I'm gonna explain why I didn't like this movie and why it's not Star Wars. And so I made my review video of The Last Jedi. I never intended it for anyone aside from my friends and family to watch it. And then people that weren't my friends and family watched it and they liked it, and people were asking me more, and people were asking me to make more videos and saying, oh, I love this video, and I looked and there's no other content on this channel. What's going on? So I decided to make a video about how I fell in love with Star Wars and how, Star Wars took over my life, and how I got into it and everything. I was waiting at my aunt's house for my sister to be born, and my aunt turned on Star Wars and it completely changed my life. I had never seen anything like it, and it took over and it shaped me to who I am today. And I related to Luke Skywalker because, like Luke Skywalker, I was just a little girl that lived on a farm, and Luke lived on a farm and he wanted to go and make more of himself. He wanted to go and explore the galaxy and do something, and he felt like he was trapped where he was. And I looked at him and I was like, never in my life, and I was very, very young, could I connect with another person like this. This guy, he knows me. He's speaking to my soul by not even speaking, by just looking off into a sunset, and it changed my life. Star Wars then on was a part of me, and I've loved it ever since. And when I saw The Last Jedi, I was completely heartbroken and upset. That was such an insult. And to find out what was going on, and that, oh, if you don't like Star Wars, or if you don't like The Last Jedi, it's because you're threatened by women. And I'm like, I'm a woman and I'm insulted by this movie. That was not a Star Wars movie. And I just didn't understand, like, what was going on with Lucasfilm. I was in college, and I went to college to pursue a career in art. I'm a professional artist. I was inspired by Ralph McQuarrie and Ralph's art and how he created concept art with George Lucas. And George Lucas was like, hey, I have this story. It's unlike anything the world has ever seen. And so when I'm going in with my pitch book to pitch, you know, to business people that don't have this creative mindset, that can't picture what C-3PO and R2-D2 look like, that can't understand the concept of Darth Vader and Chewbacca and lightsabers. I need someone to, you know, visually show this to me. And Ralph McQuarrie was an artist, and he painted these amazing images so that way when George Lucas went and like explained the story to people, he had the images along with it. I went to college so that way I could be a concept artist, so I can go work at Lucasfilm and work for George Lucas. And in my first semester of college, my Photoshop teacher walked in and he's like, George Lucas just sold Lucasfilm to Disney. And my heart was like, I'm never going to work for George Lucas, but I still pursued a career as a concept artist, and I am a professional artist now. And so when it was just such a big part of my life. It is my life. And watching The Last Jedi just completely crushed me. And then everything that was going on with the people that are in charge of Lucasfilm, I'm just like, this is not Star Wars. And my review, it completely blew up. And then I was finding out more, because I wanted to know, why is Star Wars not the way it's supposed to be? Why is that not Luke Skywalker? Luke Skywalker would never do something like this. Han Solo would never leave Princess Leia. They would never have abandoned their son and let him join the dark side. They would have been there fighting for him. This is not Star Wars. When I saw The Force Awakens, I was heartbroken by what happened to Han Solo, and I thought that, you know, I had my theories, but they were all completely thrown away with The Last Jedi. And so I looked into the people that were in charge of Lucasfilm, and I saw the horrible things that they were saying about Luke Skywalker. And then I made my third, I think it was my third video, in defense of Luke Skywalker and humanity, where Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, states that one of the reasons why they killed Luke Skywalker was because he is unrelatable to women, and that the only character that women had to look up to was Princess Leia. Yes, I agree. I looked up to Princess Leia, but I related to Luke Skywalker more than any character that I've ever come across in fantasy or real life. Luke Skywalker gave us hope. Star Wars is about the journey of Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker and bringing balance to the Force. And Luke Skywalker taught us all how to be a good person and how you can go against the worst odds imaginable. You could be a farm boy and learn that you have this power and learn how to use it and train for years. Get put into horrible scenarios, and then find out that your father is the most evil person in the galaxy and he mutilates you, and you are still able to overcome the horrible facts of life and all these trials and tribulations. And Luke Skywalker taught me and taught the world that you can stay and be a good person. You can stay true to who you are. How is that unrelatable? That insulted me beyond belief. And finding out the way that they were treating Mark Hamill, who is Luke Skywalker, I just couldn't believe that people like this existed, and that people like this are in positions of power, and they're using Star Wars as their vessel to push their identity politics and all this other nonsense, which just isn't Star Wars, and they don't understand Star Wars, and the people that are making Star Wars don't care about Star Wars. It breaks my heart, because this is something that I loved. I did not have an easy life. I'm not going to sugarcoat that in any way, shape, or form. I had a very difficult life. I had a very abusive mother, and there were other things that have happened to me in my life, but Star Wars was my one escape. I was bullied mercilessly as a child, and I could still look up to Luke Skywalker and know that I am going through horrible, horrible things right now, but Luke Skywalker had it worse. And Luke Skywalker was able to still be a good person throughout it. So I need to be strong, because Luke Skywalker was strong. And Luke Skywalker is not my favorite character. My favorite character is Darth Vader. I remember the moment he came on screen, I thought he was cool. And just, it's always been Darth Vader. I've been fascinated by Darth Vader. When the prequels came out, yeah, I was a kid and I liked them. As an adult, I still like him. There are some moments that are very cringeworthy, but as a whole, they tell the story. They explain how Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. Yeah, it shows his awkward puberty years. If you went back and showed all of us during our awkward puberty years, it's probably not the best story, but it was still Star Wars. It got from point A to point B. It showed Obi-Wan Kenobi. It showed Qui-Gon. It showed the Jedi Order. It showed Yoda. It was the journey of Anakin Skywalker becoming Darth Vader. That's what the prequels gave us, and I enjoy them for what they are. No, they are not perfect. They are nowhere near the level of amazingness, sorry for my vocabulary, that the original trilogy is, but I love them still. This new stuff is not Star Wars. JJ tried with The Force Awakens. He did a okay version of a remake of The New Hope, but Rian Johnson ruined it with The Last Jedi. That is not Star Wars. And what's crazy is the people that will defend it were not Star Wars fans, and it sickens me. Yes, there was a lot of backlash with the prequels, but at least those people were Star Wars fans. All of this nonsense that's been going on angers me to my very core, and people are viciously attacking people like me because we're standing up for Star Wars. They are attacking Star Wars, and when we say, no, stop, leave Star Wars alone, Star Wars is special, Star Wars changed the world, and they say, no, you're sexist and racist and misogynistic because you don't like The Last Jedi. Well, no, a Jedi uses their powers for knowledge and defense, never for attack. They attacked Star Wars, and I and many others are defending it with the knowledge we have of Star Wars. That is what we are doing, and that is what we are fighting. And that is what my channel is about. I am using my love for Star Wars to fight for it because I love Star Wars and I love Luke Skywalker. And to see what they are doing to Luke Skywalker disgusts me. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand what's happening and what they are doing. And I've never been a person that's been able to hide my feelings about things. I will always 100% give my honest opinion, and I do reviews of movies and trailers and TV shows. I have watched all of the Resistance episodes that have been released. I did not like a majority of them. There is one episode that I liked, and I did get backlash because I admitted that I liked an episode of Resistance, but I will give credit when credit is due. What they are doing to Star Wars is not okay, and I have no problem calling them out on it because I love Star Wars, and I will defend it until the day that I die. So everyone, that's basically the summary of my channel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If this is something that you are interested in, then go ahead and hit subscribe and hit the little bell next to the subscription button. I also talk about art on my channel because I am a professional artist. I also sell my artwork as well. So if this is something that intrigues you, then stay tuned because this is going to be an interesting ride. It's not going to be the Kessel Run, but it is going to be something through hyperspace. So everyone, with that being said, have a great rest of your day, and may the Force be with you because we are really going to need it.